was looking on the internet the other day and I came across this amazing gentleman, an author who has sold over 87,000 copies of his books. They've been sold to help people understand what it's like to have autism. Um, I was looking at his photo, and you could tell right away he has this glow about him. And it's not just charisma, it's something that comes from the heart. And we have him here today, Tyler McNamer. Hello, Tyler.
Hey, yeah, welcome. Yeah, hello, everybody. I am very glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh my God. And we're so glad to have you. We were in class the other day and I had mentioned you were coming, and so many people were going, "Oh my God, I've seen him, I know him." Or so we're having a couple of several of our students come on today, so that'll be a little later on. And what I mentioned at the beginning about coming from your heart, and something that comes from the heart and goes to the heart for me is joy. So the first question I'm going to ask is not necessarily about your writing, but about your life. What is your biggest joy in life?
Yeah, thank you very much for asking. Believe it or not, this is kind of a rare question that I get oftentimes when I do Q&A segments. So thank you very much for asking. So my biggest joy in life is having new experiences, trying something new, even if I not be able to be so good at it, I still like to give it a try anyway. After publishing my first book, so this is the book I kind of wrote. It's called Population One: Autism, Diversity, and Will Succeed. Basically, what it's about is what it's like to have autism in the first person point of view during high school. So after I published this book, I still wanted to try some new things. So after I published it, I went to community college just for the thrill of learning some new things. Like I tried photography, and I even tried acting in front of the camera. And the main reason why I did the acting in front of the camera was mostly because I was so extremely camera shy, and that stuff was so terrifying to me. So that's why excuse me, professor, can you help me? So I won't have to be so nervous. Otherwise, if I didn't take that class, I would not be here sitting and talking with you right now. so so that was a lot of fun. And the thing is about acting too is during school, it feels like I kind of want to be someone else while still keeping the same name, Tyler McNamer. But so new experiences, being active in competition, whether it be sports or other games, and to have an adventure traveling, because traveling and having adventure, to me, that's a lot of fun. It's new experiences every time, and being able to be a traveling keynote speaker. That's one of my favorite things to do. So it's for both business and for pleasure. So that's what I really like to do. That gives me great joy in life.
Well, and the way you're talking too, it shows everybody how learning different things throughout your life, whether it's acting, whether it's being in front of the camera, but whether it's artwork, it all adds up into become you,
Mhm.
you as the individual, which you as the people watching too, as the students watching, and it makes me think of the name of your book too, Population One. Um,
Yep, that's right, sir.
Now, where did the title come from that, the Population One?
Well, the title kind of came from actually kind of an interesting origin about that was that I originally wanted to make this book just for me. Like I didn't really want an audience. I didn't think people would actually read the book and all that kind of thing. Because one of my favorite things, my pastime is to just write. And so it was originally supposed to be for me, but then as I was writing it, I feel like I could expand just slightly a bit more. So I feel like writing for my classmates while keeping the same title, Population One. Instead of just being for me, a lonesome writer and reader, Population One became something that much more different. The idea is like one nation, one united community. Another reason why Population One works well is the encouragement of the readers with autism to not feel like that they are alone. Yeah, because I bet a lot of I can guarantee I bet a lot of readers would feel almost exactly the same way, it being the population of one, and then there comes the sequel, which I will show you right now, Becoming One. Yeah, that's instead of cool colors, you get warm colors. Pretty nice.
I love that.
And this one is all about how to find yourself and become the best person you can be, autism or otherwise.
How did you, by finding yourself, you find successes throughout your life. So one of the questions that I have about finding yourself, what would you consider one of your biggest successes in life?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. To be honest with you, I can be honest with you, right? You seem
You
like
can be very honest with me.
yeah, you seem like a cool guy. In all honesty, I get really shy when people kind of ask me this about the whole successes in life. But I'm always a good sport and gotta give you a good answer for this. It's like one of those things. So I would say publishing Becoming One, the second book, felt like a good. One of my biggest successes, to me, that was when I kind of took writing extra seriously, kind of stuff with the second book. And the first book, it was really important too, but I wrote it when I was a high schooler and all that kind of stuff. So like when you're in high school, you're still trying to figure things out and all that kind of thing. And then when I wrote Becoming One, I was a grown adult, and the writing style felt slightly different and all that kind of stuff. so uh,
Mm.
Becoming One felt like one of my biggest success because I was taking it seriously, and for one thing, I always love a good challenge, and publishing Becoming One became one of my biggest accomplishments. And second of all, is that Population One became the number one bestseller on Amazon. And I am always forever grateful of this tremendous milestone. So thank you all very much.
I have to say, hearing this, a couple things came to my mind. I could see ultimately, probably sooner than later, it becoming a movie
Oh,
somehow. You could write, Population One, a series of books and a series of movies.
oh man, you're too kind, sir.
No, no, I always think,
Look at me, I'm turning red.
me too. But
Oh, thank you, sir.
uh, and what's the other thing I was thinking about? Population One. Oh, the because I've always wanted to write either a script or a book. I have a few friends like my friend Jerry Jewell has written a couple books, and I so want to write. So by hearing you, it just flames the fire in me to do it. Um,
Yeah, thank you very much. Speaking of screenwriting, you mind if I tell you a little quick story? I won't take too long.
no, no, go right ahead.
Yeah, so when I was in I was taking this thing called screenwriting class, and you ever heard this person by the name of Aaron Drain?
I have heard of that name.
Yeah, he was the writer for this series, this web series called Fear Clinic, and even got this movie that he wrote but didn't direct. It's because with the same name, Fear Clinic. It was starring the I can't remember how to pronounce his name, but it's the guy who did Freddy Krueger. That guy, same guy. Horror icon, all that kind of stuff.
Robert England.
Yeah, Robert England, that's what it was too.
Right.
Yeah, Aaron Drain, he was just, so serious on the whole writing thing, and even I tried, writing a script, and it turned out horrible, but because because I didn't know this thing called the hero's journey, kind of thing. And I gotta say that the screenwriting class, that kind of like changed the whole ball game basically for me too. It's, what makes a good story. It's not a formula. It's just like what they call like a guide and all that kind of stuff. And anyway, yeah, I always thought that part was just so fascinating to me too, and that's how I kind of get the idea and how to write much better stories with that knowledge.
Well, and what you said too about, you wrote the first book when you were in high school, and then you went on and through, every day, every quote breath, which I use that a lot because I'm working on a documentary called My Next Breath, which is
Nice.
about what do you want most at this moment in your life. And from there, each moment takes you to more learning experiences. So I'm sort of, I'm actually excited to even see your next book come out because of the experiences that you have gained, and all of us, as the students who want to be writers, as you go on, you gain more knowledge.
Yeah, that's exactly it too. It's like high school. Yeah, you learn some things, but but not everything, all that kind of stuff. And then it went from that to a bigger, thicker book later on, and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, it's a learning experience, and it's also a grand adventure too. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
Well,
Seeing what you can do next.
one thing about a success and what might be coming next. What is a success that you haven't reached yet, but you want to?
Well, the one success that I think will be pretty neat is a million copies of Population One and Becoming One sold would be pretty cool. And, well, that's not just that one, but the one success I honestly would say is it would be neat to reach would be to transform the ideal knowledge and concept of autism into a new light, something that would not feel like a chore to get people aware because I'm never really that kind of person that demands acceptance or do something like ooh in your face this is what autism can do. No, we're not that kind of people, that kind of mentality. I believe that autism works is for everyone, not for those who have autism.
Right.
And I believe that there are already awareness for autism. And before acceptance, there is understanding. And once you understand the understanding portion of the journey of autism, I can see a lot of amazing opportunities on how autism can be moved forward.
I love the how you said it's for everyone, because I always look at it as this planet, there's so much craziness going on. And at the same time, there's so much love and positivity. And if we all look at this, we're all on this little blue marble. Like when they went out in space this last month, they looked down. It's like, hello, people. We're all here together.
Yeah, all in
So,
this what Fight for Fighting would call a bouncing ball, as he put it,
right. So,
on that song called Riddle. That's my favorite song, by the way. One
oh,
of them, anyway. So I
riddle.
really like that one. Saying he calls Earth the bouncing ball and stuff, and yeah, it's true when you put it that way, and yeah.
Well, I'm having, I could just sit here, you and me, and talk, and I'm going to keep on asking questions, but I do want to bring in our students and our fellow actors and artists to join in with us. And here they come. Hello,
All right.
hello.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to digitally meet all of you.
Everyone, Tyler McNamer.
Hey.
Uh, we
Hey.
have Raquel here.
Hi.
We have Caleb, and we have Teresa.
Hi.
It's a pleasure to digitally meet every one of you. It's really nice. Thank you for tuning in.
Well, I know everybody has a question here, and I thought that I would just start it off by as we continue the interview. What is it about writing that you love?
Well, that's a really good question too. I haven't really quite I've been asked such a good question. So thank you very much. What is the thing about writing that I love? Well, the way I see it is that it is an escape. I still write today, but never really quite show my work online. And I'm kind of aware that there are writers out there that like to post journal entries or like what they call fan fiction. I think that's how it's pronounced or something like that. And that stuff is pretty cool. But personally, I kind of just like to keep it to myself. Most of the time, I enjoy certain things private, but these two babes, these are something special. These really are. That was when I took writing extremely seriously, and while keeping similar tones and themes to the first book and the second book, the thing is that I used to write fiction along with nonfiction, and I'm very glad that I have the opportunity to share five prototype fictional stories in becoming one. It was just mostly for fun and kind of thing, and it was fun. It was fun to kind of show that just not for the sake of writing fiction, but just kind of in terms of what it's like. What it's like in my head and all kind of stuff on these certain things. So to me, the way I kind of see it is writing is one of the biggest responsibilities in entertainment, just about everything. So mess up the writing, you mess up everything.
Right.
That's honestly how I kind of see it, whether it be video games or television shows, movies, books, everything. So and to me, that's what makes it the most fun because of that. It's the thrill of the challenge. and and that's one thing I really love about Ryan. Honest to God, that's how I see it.
I love that. I love that. And I know Raquel has a question to piggyback on that about writing.
What inspires you to write your book and why?
Yes, what
Yeah, that's a really
inspired you to write that book and why?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Thank you for asking. I was inspired to write the book for two reasons. One was in hopes of making friends at school, and the other was for the thrill of the challenge. and uh, and I have heard that writing and publishing a book is one of the hardest things to do in the world. And I want to give it a shot. So I can never get all the credits. To myself when it comes to this accomplishment of getting two books published because it was all a team efforts, and I am always thankful for my team and has made Population One and Becoming One on the shelves. So thank you all very much, and thank you very much for asking.
I
You're
love it.
welcome.
I love it. I just thought of one of your upcoming books sometime in the future. Team effort.
Team effort, yeah, that's
It might be.
that's a pretty good idea. it's yeah,
Um, what is your biggest dream in life?
oh man. That's a difficult question, but I will do my best to answer. So, man, what is my biggest dream in life? Oh, I got it. So the my biggest dream in life, the high school reunion. That is my biggest dream in life. I wouldn't be where I am today without the class of 2013. Yeah, it's the honest truth. I have to tell you that. So I wrote Population One in hopes of making friends and going out to do what most high schoolers would do. I have failed. That's the honest truth. The goal was to get that book published before graduation. Well, it was published a week after graduation. So, that was like one of my biggest motivations was to get that book published before graduation. So what I've learned during my final days of high school was that there were peers that wanted to get to know me more, and I still have my high school yearbook from 2013, and I forgot to bring it with me here today too, so I can show you all the signatures. So during those final days, I kind of realized that there were people that want to get to know me, and one of the thing, in fact, one of the signatures I had that I hold dear to my heart was is having the hope that we will see each other again in the future. I still keep that with me, and that's one of my biggest motivations. And that I'm the one to admit that I have set the absolute worst example of laying them into my worlds, into my life. I cannot speak for people, but I believe they really wanted to be my friends. And the reason why I felt like I had to push people away was because I was terrified. One of my biggest dreams in life is what I call the second chance, and yeah, I really believe that too. And the second chance, I believe that I really do. So reading Population One and Becoming One, they would feel like they were written by completely different people, and um, and and hard to forgive myself, but I'm constantly reminding myself that there are people in the world that would freely forgive and move forward. I've always loved the idea, and so the big dream about having the second chance would involve going out, having coffee, and spending hours having conversations and catching up, and just simply having those mutual relationships. I can guarantee you that the classmates I went to school with would have much better stories to tell than and would be accomplished authors. I always say this very freely, and that is this: there's a book in all of us, and and if yeah, that's what I really believe. There's simply there's a book in all of us.
I love that.
And
I love that. I could see you teaching a book writing class. Um,
oh, thanks very much.
and who knows? Maybe when we open up the Performing Arts Studio West, you could come visit us just to say hello. That would be
Sure,
wonderful.
absolutely. The one lesson I can give out is that to me, writing a book is easy. The only hard part is the manuscript, which is basically a fancy way of saying the hardest part of writing a book is simply writing the book. and the whole idea of like the cover art and the editing and all that kind of stuff, it can be, they have challenges in itself, but really the biggest challenge is simply just getting it done. You are the writer, you are the author, and you have the ability to get that accomplished.
Yeah, definitely. Gosh. Well, I know that you were talking about writing and acting and public speaking. Now, Caleb Hansen has a question for you too, which is another question to for you to find out more about you.
Ask away, Caleb.
All right, buddy. Well, mm, what kind of music do you like?
Hmm. What kind of music do I like? Oh,
Yeah.
that's an excellent question. Yeah, I would be more than happy to answer. So, yeah, thank you very much for asking. So, the way I see music is like fuel. It feels like I'm always on autopilot when working on either a hobby or my two books. So, a few of my favorite genres involve punk rock, metal, jazz, smooth jazz, techno, trance, dance, adult contemporary, European folk, and American folk. Those are some of my favorite genres. So I like to think of stories when listening to music. Sometimes when I work on sometimes I do that when I work on video edits as a hobby. I don't do it for a career. It's just more like for fun, and all that kind of stuff. So they are the result of listening to certain songs by forming like a little story with these kind of things. So music helps me find my center and helps me learn because it helps me focus much more than silence. A little known secret is that I used to be a freelance DJ in middle and high school. So that's how important. So that's how much music means to me and very important. And I still enjoy finding tunes that may be underappreciated as of now.
Wow. Oh, I love that. Good question, Caleb. Good
Yeah,
question.
thank you very much.
Um, you mentioned how music keeps you centered. Are there any other things that help keep you centered that you could share with everyone?
Yeah, absolutely. So back to writing wherever it comes to mind, and a lot of stuff I write can have like a fictional twist or fictional feel to it, unrealistic but believable. I think that's how Tom Clancy kind of got to say military novels and all that kind of stuff. Even when I was playing this franchise called Splinter Cell, it's like a Tom Clancy franchise. It's like it's unrealistic, but it still has this believable feel to it. And all that kind of stuff. That's how it kind of boils down to. So that stuff is kind of fun. Finding my centers like next to Ryan, I like to watch movies. I enjoy reading. I read books in my spare time. That's what I like to do. I like to read during my free time, and sometimes I work on video projects for fun and share them online under the name Tyler McNamer. And I like to keep it small sometimes. Another thing too that's one of my favorite things is pinball. And pinball is one of my favorite activities, and it's always worth the journey to find the arcades and that have them. And simply just having an adventure, whether it be by taxi or bus or train or bike. That to me, it kind of finds my center too, because it's always the thrill of the adventure, the thrill of the journey. That kind of just feels good and it helps me find my center. And any way to be active physically while enjoying places I'm not too familiar with. It's exciting. It really is. Sometimes I do computer animation. I'm not really like a pro, a DreamWorks kind of level and all that kind of stuff. It's I do kind of practice and all that kind of stuff. Mostly for me, it's relaxing to me. It really is, and that stuff to me is fun and relaxing. And I don't really do it for hopes of a career. I just kind of simply, like I always say, for the thrill of the challenge. And I cannot promise any animated projects, but I will. But I might let people know through Twitter or on Tumblr. So be sure to follow.
I love it. I love it. And when you were mentioning pinball too, it took me to two places. Number one, it made me think of Pinball Wizard by Elton John, that song.
Oh yeah.
I grew up with that. And then I was wondering, do you have a pinball machine at home?
I don't. No, I we don't have the much of the space for it, but
We
I
know
would be
what to
coming.
get for his birthday.
Oh, oh man, you're too kind. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, yeah. It's once I get to that point, it's like a pinball collection would be kind of nice. Just rent out a room for that kind of stuff. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. He says, I
yeah,
got to
that stuff
build
is
a whole
fun.
nother room for the pinball machine.
A little known secret is that I actually had a chapter that's all dedicated to pinball in becoming one. Now, I don't want to take up much of your time to find what chapter there is, but be sure to look for it and find it
Okay.
because I dedicated a whole chapter on pinball, and there's actually interesting reason why I did pinball in the first place. And actually, I think I'm going to tell you just a little bit about that. And the reason why pinball was so important was because it actually helped with how to deal with stimulus. If you think about it, pinball is a noisy game. It really is, and so not just for for the ears, but also for your eyes as well. It's like there's so much going on. It's like fast paced and the lights and the all those bumpers and all these sounds and all that kind of stuff. Well, with pinball, the more you play it, I feel like for me anyway, for me personally, is the more I played it, so the more I kind of got used to the sensory, got used to the stimulus, and know how to kind of work through it, and won't have to feel like I'm so stressed out about all the sounds and all this chaos going on too, and it kind of just helped me find my center. It's that's why I honestly believe it's not just a game, but it can also be a useful tool.
Right. Okay, I've got to like go to the pinball place now and go play some pinball.
Yeah,
That's a great way.
it's
It's
fun.
really we all have our different ways to center
Mhm.
ourselves, and I love that. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I know Teresa, you have a question for Tyler.
Hi Tyler, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this and for
Absolutely.
taking my question.
Hmm.
Um, if if you could change one thing in the past, what would it be?
Man, that's a great question. Well, if I can be kind of honest, I was probably not the most well-behaved child during school and at home, and if I were to change one thing in the past, it would simply be to never push anyone away out of fear that would hurt them along the way. They're good people. They are innocents, and that's the one thing I would absolutely change 100% is to never just push people aside because it's looking back, I truly knew that they wanted to be my friend, and I was scared. I was terrified. So that's the one thing I really want to change and be like, no, just welcome them. Just don't push them out of fear. Just welcome them open heartedly, and it'll be a fun ride. It'll be yeah, it's an adventure, part of the adventure process too. And I should have done a better job with that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's one thing I would absolutely change.
Yeah.
No, can I tell you something?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
admire people like you
Oh,
because you seem to have a really positive way of looking at life, if you know what I mean.
well, that's very sweet and kind of you. Thank you very much.
And you're awesome.
Oh man,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for answering my question.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for asking, and I'm very flattered. So thank you very much.
Now they
I'm
can.
glad to
Oh,
be here.
yes. Now people can contact you or get in touch with you on the website, right? On your website, and you have your books and videos available there.
We do, yes. Yeah, people can absolutely contact me through social media or by email, and especially with the website autismworks.com, and yeah, they can definitely reach out.
Wonderful, wonderful. Um, Question also: if somebody said to you, since we have it Performing Arts Studio West, we have over 100 students, and then we have the Meet the Biz students, and we have YouTube Land. If someone said to you they have a goal and a dream, how would you guide them to try to find it and grasp it?
Yeah. So I would answer by stating this. I believe that everyone with autism have something to give to the world. They all just need the guidance to get to that point, to where goals and dreams become reality. It's simply put, this is something I usually would say oftentimes. When define autism is autism. So much potential, difficult to get out, that kind of stuff, and that's why we have that sense of finding that guidance into finding that potential kind of thing, because I believe the majority of people with autism, they truly want to show off everything. They just need some guidance to help that. So what I would say is that for goals and dreams and guiding to them is criticism is bound to happen. And when those moments come, just hold on to your dreams tighter, and most importantly, hold on to someone that you trust, like your parents, teachers, or even your friends, as they will support you and guide you along the way. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions and likes. Important to never tell people that they are wrong or to believe in certain ways. No, we're not. We're definitely not about that. And trust me, I do get criticism for what I've kind of do, and I never would say, no, your way of thinking is wrong or anything like that. No, I always kind of believe that everyone has a right to be offended or anything like that too, or they have the right to criticism. Yeah, so important to if I made for example, if this is just an example, by the way. So if I were to make an animated short that turned out terrible, I would be bummed, but also happy because that project has been completed. And if you think of it that way, that's a goal being set. That's a dream that is coming true, and accomplishing the task is what makes the best of all of us. Best of all, if that dream is what you truly want in your career, there is always room for self improvement, and that process, in my opinion, can be a whole lot of fun. and it's really neat. So think of goals and dreams as a grand adventure. And adventures are full of unexpectancies, excitement, mystery, and danger. So completing the journey can be satisfying. Starting it can be incredibly difficult. But once you get your start, the adventure itself can be a lot of fun. All you really need is some guidance to help you get on that boat. Get on that boat. Untie and set sail, letting the wind be your guide.
Gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you very much. And take it from me, because I live in an island too, and we get lots of harbors from where we're at, and we know a lot about boats and learn how to set sail, and letting the winds can really be your guide.
I love that.
Sound like we have a good swimmer.
Oh, thanks, Liz. Always wear your life vest, even when you're on the boats, and even when you've been swimming for a very long time. So, yeah, a little PSA for you.
And even in a way, when you're on land, your invisible life jacket in a way, huh?
Oh yeah, exactly. That's for sure. So,
Do you have any last things that you wanted to say or talk about?
Well, I feel like all of my answers have been questioned, or all my questions have been answered. Thanks to everyone here. Yeah, I just want to say that how privileged it is for us, for me and for us, because my dad and Carmen are part of this together, and yeah, it's really a great opportunity, and getting a chance to know you and know some of the students. It's I just want to say how privileged I am to be here, and to thank you for this grand opportunity. And this is all fun. I enjoy these very much.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you, Teresa, Caleb, Raquel, and thank your team, Tyler, and thank you so much, because you, like I said again, you, even just seeing your photo online, you can tell through your eyes that you have a heart of gold.
Well, that really means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Thank you. I really mean it.
Oh, our pleasure. Thank you all, and we will all see you in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much, and I hope to see some of you once again.
The was a man back in 95 whose heart ran out of summers, but before he died, I asked him, wait, what's the sense in life? Come over me, come over me. He said, son, why you gotta sing that tune? Catch a Dylan song or some eclipse of the moon. Let an angel swing and make you swoon. Then you will see